All right. Thank you and welcome everyone to tonight's webinar brought to you by the Champaign Public Library. This is Fireproof Your Goals with Sparkle Sanders, a business and life coach. My name is Madeline Wolski. I am the business librarian here at CPL, and this webinar is a part of our Start and Grow Your Business series. Just a quick thank you to everyone coming tonight. Thank you for being here, but also thank you for your flexibility. We initially had this program planned in person, but I'm so excited to see all of the names who had signed up, and I look forward to introducing some really cool things about the library to you all tonight. So just a quick little intro session. If you have any library questions or if you want some one-on-one help, either starting or growing your business or learning about anything that we've talked about this evening or other library resources, we can provide a one-on-one consultation with you. And if you're interested in booking one, you can find more information on our website at champaign.org/book-a-librarian. You can also send us a chat during open hours, also on our website, or send us an email at librarian@champaign.org. So this evening, Sparkle did mention, and I also kind of want to push this, we want to make it a little bit interactive. So if you have any questions, comments, want to throw in an emoji or a smiley face, first off, go for it. And you can do that using the chat function tonight. If you want to verbalize any questions, you can essentially raise your hand, and what I'm going to do is unmute you. So if you have any issues with your technology, please feel free to just shout out maybe, oh, I already have a wave. Hello. Feel free to send a chat to myself and I can help troubleshoot you. So that's the other thing I want to mention. If you want to send something that everyone can see, make sure you're sending it to everyone. Or if you want to just send something to Sparkle or myself, send it to hosts and panelists. All right. Well, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to let Sparkle take it all away.
Okay, good evening, everyone. A couple of names I actually recognize. So, hi, friends. Thank you for joining this evening. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to start with that so we can get this presentation started. But as I am sharing that and getting that together. I want to say welcome to tonight, Fireproofing Your Goals. And what Fireproofing Your Goals is all about is creating goals that do not fizzle out. How many times have we been taught, have we been told, have we created goals that are just unmotivated? We don't end up achieving them because we really don't want to do them in the first place. Or we start out where we want to do them, and then at the end, we don't know what happened. I'm going to talk about that. More importantly, as a speaker, teacher, coach, and trainer, as Madeline said, I want to teach you some things, coach you on some things, and then actually tonight we're going to do some of the things that I am talking about. As a speaker, I am big on transformational types of speaking. I love to get people inspired. I love to get people motivated. However, if I cannot give you something to apply that actually changes your life, why are you here? You have taken the time out tonight on a Monday evening to join us, and this is because you want to receive something that's going to help you at work, at home, or at both. And so that is my plan tonight, is to give you something practical and tangible that you can also use going forward. Okay? So we're going to get started. Let me move forward here. Oh boy. This was moving earlier today. Hold on, everybody. I'm paging through my presentation and it's not moving forward. Okay. This was so working. There it is. Okay, there it is. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. As I have said, I am a speaker, trainer, and coach with the John Maxwell team. And our whole organization is built off leadership development and training and helping others change their lives, right? But prior to me doing all of that, I spent about 20 years in marketing and communication. And if you know anything about marketing and communications, you know it's fast paced, it's busy, it's bottom line driven, right? And there's a lot of goals that you have to set. But I'm going to go back even further. I have always been a goal setter. I have always been a person that I would say is a big achiever. And I'm giving you this background on me because in order for you to connect where we're going tonight, I want you to see that I get and I understand where we all are. I know some of you that are joining us tonight, if not most of you that are joining us tonight, have felt overwhelmed by setting goals. By a show of hands, throw it up in the chat or even throw it up just as an emoji. How many of you guys have felt deflated and defeated just about setting goals? I actually have a little video here that I want to show to give us some context to how people have felt. I can get it going here. Bear with me.
And we're seeing some hands raised. So just
Absolutely.
to confirm.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
I want to get this. There it is. I can see this, but let me make sure that everybody else can see it. Yeah, there's my share. I'm not going to share this very long, but I want to play this little video for you because I feel like this is how I used to feel. And I feel like this is how all of you feel. And I want to show you that you're not alone. So let's play this.
Sparkle, are you wanting us to hear the sound?
Can you not hear it?
No. So let's see if you click on the arrow.
I totally hear it on my end.
Yeah. So sometimes with screen sharing, it doesn't work as well. Would we be able to share the YouTube link maybe?
Yep. I'll have you do that. So we'll just share the link. It's a pretty funny video, but we will. I will throw the link up in the chat.
Thank you.
Let me
definitely feel the expectations over reality.
Yes.
Portrayal there.
Let me share the link in the chat. Thank you for saying. Okay, that's the link there. We're gonna keep it moving. Thanks for telling me that. Everything is perfect on my end, and I would not have known that you didn't have any sound. So that video is exactly what Madeline said. It is expectations versus reality. And that's what a lot of us experience. We have something that's going on in our mind, what we expect, and then we don't always get to that as reality. And that makes us tired, frustrated, and overwhelmed. And I was that person. I spent more than 20 years in marketing and communication, and I have always been goal oriented. I've always been, I would say, an overachiever. Even as a young girl, I wanted to get good grades. I wanted to win the competitions. I wanted to do all these things that were outcome focused. And to be honest, it really came to a head about 4 years ago when I just found myself hating life. I mean, that is simply put, I just hated everything that I was doing. Not only my job, I hated my personal life. I felt like I never had any time. And I realized a lot of it came from you guys that I was just doing a whole bunch of things, laundry list of things. I was doing a lot of outcomes based things, but I didn't know why I was doing it. There was no connection to the why. And what really helped turn me around is I was a part of a women's business group here in town. This person was a John Maxwell team member. She put on a mastermind study, and a mastermind study is only like a group study. I do these group studies for larger businesses as well as for individual clients. But we studied this book, and it was all about personal development, and it was all about intentionality. And through that study, I found out, okay, I'm frustrated because I am doing a laundry list of things, but with no why, no purpose behind it. I am just going, going, going because that's what I have been conditioned to do. And even in business, a lot of the times you start out with, here's my mission, here's my vision, here's my why. But when you get in the thick of it, you end up just being focused on, let's produce that bottom line. Let's get that revenue. Let's get that piece done. Let's get this marketed. And it leaves you deflated. And so it was through taking that class that I really had to relearn myself. I had to relearn what I wanted in life, what was important to me. And I had to learn that all this goal setting needed to be done in a different way. And that's honestly what I want to teach us here tonight. I want to teach you how to think about goals in a different way. Tonight's agenda is simple. I want us to have some fun. I want us to have a relaxed time. I'm going to do a little bit of teaching. And then, like I said, we're going to get into actually doing it. I want to redefine goal setting for you. I am going to show you how to think differently about the goal and what it takes to actually achieve it. There are so many theories out here, you guys, on goal setting. One of them we know of is what? SMART goals. Everybody knows what a SMART goal is, right? Make it specific, make it measurable. We know how to do that. But most of the time, when we set a SMART goal, we're not motivated. We're not excited about it. We just know how to make it specific. We know how to make it measurable. But what I want to teach you is how to actually set a goal based off you, off your personality, off what you truly like to do, off your natural strengths and abilities. Secondly, I want to teach you the foundation of goal setting. I want to teach you how to actually set a goal and actually use that to manifest what you really want to do. Not just create a laundry list of things to do based off what you think or what somebody else told you, like your boss or your coworker or a friend, but I want to teach you what it's built on. Thirdly, I'm going to show you how to determine what areas of your life you need to have a goal for. Because guess what? It's not every area of your life, nor is it one area of your life. I'm going to show you a way to clearly see how you can look at your life and point to, okay, this is an area that I need to have a goal for. And I'm going to show you how to see what's most important in your life at that given time so you can set a specific goal for that. And then lastly, I want to stir up a childlike spark and passion in all of you. I want you to get motivated about how to set a goal based off the way I'm going to tell you how to do it so that you can take this forward and be motivated and actually complete the things that you have decided that you want to do in this year. Okay? So I think we got to start off with the basics, right? Because so many of us think we know what a goal is. And I know I did a long time ago. We got to go back.
Oops. I think we've got a little issue with connectivity. Oops, Sparkle, are you back?
I'm here. I didn't realize I was lost. Uh-oh.
It only less than a minute.
Okay, good. Wait. Okay, we're back. Good. Okay, we're just now getting to everything. Goal. I was just saying, let's go back to what our definition of a goal is, okay? Because we have been taught what a goal is, but I honestly don't think we truly know what it is. According to the University of Scranton, 92% of people who set New Year's goals, never actually achieve them. 92%, you guys. So that means there's only 8% who actually achieve a New Year's resolution. Why is that? That is such a small percentage of our population. I think this number is so interesting, and it makes me wonder, what does this 8% know that I don't know or hadn't been taught, or what most of the world doesn't? And one of the things I think is this elite 8 has an understanding of what a goal is and what a goal isn't and how to use it. And so we're going to go over this right now. So a goal is, we know this, right? This is a definition, but let's get it in our heads. It's an outcome. It's something you wish and aspire to do. It's a specific target, something you want to achieve. Most importantly, it includes your tactics and your strategies that you use to move towards a vision. We're going to talk more about that later, and it's really important, but I want you to know your goal outcome. It's what you are wanting to do, what I wish to do. It can be short-term, long-term, or in between. There's so much assessment with goals that I'm breaking all this down tonight to give you some freedom in the fact that goals can be a long-term thing, meaning you can have a goal for 2 years, you can have a goal for 10 years, or you can have a goal for tonight at 8:30 or anywhere in between. It's okay. It just needs to be based off you and what you feel that you need to do in your life. Goals can also be professional, personal, financial, emotional, mental. All of those can be goals. So many times we think work or home. I want to debunk that. You can have a goal to be emotionally healthy and well. You can have a goal to drink more water, to get more sleep at night. You can have a goal to spend more time with your dog. It can be all over depending on you, okay? It can be short, sweet, to the point, or detailed and lengthy, okay? Let's talk about what a goal isn't, though. Now we know what a goal is. A goal isn't right or wrong. I want to debunk this for you tonight, okay? There is so much assessment and goal and judgment with goals. When you set a goal, it is never meant to be judged or assessed. When you create a goal or determine a goal for your life, it's meant to be achieved, period. It's an outcome, remember? It's a result. But so many of us assess and evaluate the goal to the point that we either never get it done or we're so stressed in doing it because we're like, that's not right. I shouldn't have did it that way. Should I set this goal? Should I not? I'm here to cancel all that and to say it's never a right or a wrong. It is what is fitting to you. There is no need to judge, compare, or evaluate a goal. If you have created goals that truly fit you and the heart of who you are, there should be no assessment of it being right or wrong. It's just what works for you. It's just what you need in that area of your life, okay? Second thing, it isn't negative, overwhelming, or demotivating. This is key. If you are creating a goal in your life, and the minute you set it or you start down the path, you feel just defeated, negative, overwhelmed, it's a red flag. You can't achieve something that you aren't even excited about. And I want that to resonate with you tonight, because that is not, that's not what the world teaches, but it's the truth. You will never achieve something that you are not excited to do. Too many times we try to muster up energy and motivation to achieve goals, but energy and motivation automatically come when you do the stuff you love and you're passionate about. I want you to sit there right now and think about something that excites you, that you're passionate about. Motivation for that, energy for that is automatically there. I don't have to make you do it. I don't have to force you to do it. It's there because when you set goals from within, from your heart, inspiration is on that. A goal is also not based on other.
Okay, it looks like we might have lost Sparkle. All right, hey.
Oh, I am not sure what is happening, but we're going to keep going. Okay, a goal is also not based on what other people think, what they desire, or what they want. So many times this happens in work goals and relationship goals, right? We base our goals based on what we think our boss wants us to do, or we base goals what we think our significant other or our friends want to do, and we do that. Why? Because there's great rewards in that, right? For example, if I set this goal, I'll use my life as an example in marketing. If I set a goal to increase market share by 10% and I advertise to a lot of people, it looks good, right? It makes my company look good. It makes my department look good. And if they look good, I can point to say, look at what I've done. It's promotion time, right? It's time for me to maybe get some more, maybe to do that project that I wanted to do. But I would ask you, even if it's a relationship, even if it's with a friend or a loved one, let me have a goal to spend more time with this family member or this loved one or this spouse. Ask you, what greater reward is there in life than your own internal peace and joy? What greater reward or satisfaction is there than you being the best version of yourself? Yes, you can set a relationship goal where I'm going to spend more time with this person, but if you are not truly motivated to do that at that time, and although it's a good idea, although it's great, you're doing it half-heartedly. You're not doing it from the heart. So there's no benefit for them really, or for you. You're just going to say you got it done. When you're at your best and you do things from the place of your heart and you want to, you and others reap the benefits because it's the optimal level that's being poured out. Your optimal level is being poured out. They don't get the breadcrumbs. They don't get a half empty cup. They get a full cup because you're coming with the motivation and the drive that makes you passionate and happy. Okay? And so a goal isn't based on what somebody else thinks you should do or making them happy. It's based on internally what is coming from you. A goal also isn't something that's just stuck in your head. You got to write it down. Imaginations and dreams are in our heads, but when we write them down, they become reality. A goal isn't perfect.
All right, I have a goal isn't perfect on my mind. Hey, Sparkle.
I'm back.
I think we stopped right at a goal isn't perfect.
Perfect. Yep. Not sure why. Okay. A goal isn't perfect. Okay. Meaning, so many times I think the stress in meeting a goal comes from trying to be perfect, trying to write it perfectly, trying to write it in a certain way, and trying to execute it in a certain way. A goal isn't perfect. You may reach your goal in a certain amount of time and you may not. But again, when it is a goal based on you and motivation and drive from you, it's going to almost be a guide. It's going to be connected to that vision. We're going to talk about that. It's going to be connected to the vision. And you know what? This may change a little bit. I may have to be a little bit flexible. I may have to be a little bit adjustable. It's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just know this is something that I'm going to get to at the right time when I need it to. and I'm going to go from there. Okay. The last thing, a goal isn't high in quantity, but low in quality. This is so important, guys, because if you're like me, you probably had this long, you probably do goals in a way that it's a bunch of just laundry list of things. I can have 10 to 15 goals at one time, and they look good because there's a lot of stuff on paper, right? But what's the quality behind it? Do I even know why I'm doing what I'm doing? What am I trying to achieve? Is this too much on my plate at one time? For me, most times it is. I can't achieve 10 to 15 things in one season of my life, right? Because each goal takes so much focus. And so I want you to know a goal isn't just 15 things, it's the quality. You could have 2 goals for the entire year, and they are so fulfilling and so satisfying because they are connected to the most important areas of your life. So when you think goal, think about quality and the richness and the why, and why you're doing what you're doing and how you want to be satisfied mentally, physically, emotionally, relationally, and set the goal based off that. Okay. Tabbing over to get to the next slide. It seems like every time we lose connection, it's hard for me to. There it is. Bear with me. So, what should a goal be? We talked about what a goal is, what it can be, what it isn't, and what it should be. A goal should be primarily in the areas of your life that you are least satisfied and that need the most growth. We're going to work on this tonight, but this is key. So many times we goal set in one or two ways. We goal set in one area of our life, or we goal set in multiple areas of our life. And honestly, sometimes not every area needs our attention. I will go out on a limb and say this. If at any given time in your life, if every area of your life needs some support and growth, that's another conversation you and I need to have, right? Because that means you got to give too much attention to everything. That's too much. There are probably some key areas in your life that need some growth and attention. And that's where you should be goal setting, okay? A goal should be exciting and thrilling. We've talked about this. We'll continue to talk about this. This is your red flag. This is your signal. If you can get excited when you write that goal down, when you see it, when you talk about it, that is a signal to you that you're in the right area. Even if it's a work goal, if you are just kind of thumbing your way through it and like, yep, we're going to increase market share, that's a red flag. It's probably not the best for you. Also, it should be using your natural gifts, talents, and abilities. What you naturally bring to the table, your personality. What do I mean by that? What's an example of that? I can give you a personal example very quickly. When I was on my job years ago, I had a goal that I wanted to do more videos for our marketing team. However, I did videos years ago where I had to be the person that actually did the editing, and it took a lot of time, it took a lot out of me, and it was too much work. And so I decided, instead of making a video goal, my goal needed to be to find the right person, a videographer, to do the video. Why? Because I knew that type of technology I didn't love to do. But most importantly, what I knew about me is I love supervising people. I love collaborating with people. I love getting on a project and doing something cool. And that was going to employ the natural gifts and talents that I had in order to get to that goal. So that's what I did. I ended up hiring a student videographer. It went awesome. It went amazing. Now, it was a little bit of push because I had to convince my director that we had to have a budget for that. But part of my push was, this is going to make me actually be more productive and actually make more exciting videos because I'm going to be collaborating with somebody. And I love that collaboration piece. And they're going to give me ideas based on me sitting there in my office all day trying to edit software, which I hate. So that's what I mean by pulling out your natural gifts and talents. But you got to be aware of what those are in order to pull those out. Okay? Leveraging your strengths and not bringing out your weaknesses. And lastly, what a goal should do is be connected to the overall vision for your life and key areas of your life. As Stephen Covey says in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, begin with the end in mind. So many of us, friends, set goals just willy-nilly. We think, I need to get this done, so that's going to be a goal. And we don't have the time, and we don't take the time to chart out and think about, what's the end of this? What do I want this to feel like? What do I want this to look like? What do I want this to be like? What's really my why? And this is where we're going to camp out at tonight. Here's some quick examples of goals. These are good goals that people have: to lose 20 pounds, to increase your business to business sales. You want to get rid of your credit card debt. You want to maybe have a significant other by the end of the year. But what's missing from these goals? Vision. What's missing from these goals is the why. Why do you want to lose the weight? To be healthier? To fit into a dress or a pair of pants? Like, again, no judgment, but where's your why? Why do you want to save more money? Is it because you want to be financially responsible? You want to move to LA next year? You want to get a new car, a new house? What is the reason? I want us to start thinking about our why. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight, is vision and why and how it's connected to your goals. Your vision is your why. It's the picture you have painted for yourself, your company. It's your desired future. It's what you believe in, your core values, and what you want for your future. It gives you direction. It gives you motivation. It gives you passion. Vision gives you hope. It gives you hope for the goal. The goal is the outcome. Remember that. But vision is the reason why you are trying to get to that outcome. And on the toughest of days, when you feel like, man, I can't reach this goal, I can't reach this outcome, having a vision inspires to get there. So many of us want to manifest things in our life. We are taught at an early age, like I said, I was, to be very goal oriented. But I find very little information, even on Google, even on research, about goal setting connected to vision. It's very much broken down on how to set a goal, have a SMART goal, do it this way. But very little do you read about vision. And why do I think that is? I think that's because vision is something that we all have forgotten. And vision is something that we did when we were children. It's called using your imagination. We did it all the time. I have a 2-year-old. I have a toddler, and he will take a roll of paper towel and make it an airplane. He will take a cup and stack it up, and it will become like big blocks and a skyscraper. We all know how to vision, but we have been conditioned not to vision. Why? Because people have told us, get out the dream world. Don't, you're dreaming. Get in reality. Reality is, we need to get this bottom line. We need to hit these profits. We need to get this done. We need to get this home project fixed. You need to do this. You need to do that. And there's no why. And we've lost the why. And I think that's why we've lost our motivation for how to set a goal. And I want to bring that back to you tonight. I'm going to give you some examples of vision so it can be clearer to you. So this is a few examples of people you know: Oprah Winfrey, Teach for America, and then these other two are actually coaching clients that I've had in the past and what their vision has been at any particular time. And so, like, for example, Teach for America. One day, all children in this nation will have the opportunity to attain an excellent education. That's the vision. That is the reason why they exist. And let me be honest, corporations do a great job of this. Businesses do an awesome job of this. They have a vision, they have a mission, and then they go into goals. But I've also seen businesses that I've been a part of, and I worked there or consulted with or coached with, Sometimes we get so thick into the goal setting that we forget the reason why we're doing what we're doing. We only revisit vision during strategic planning time, but we're not carrying that vision out throughout every day so employees know why we're doing what we're doing. We do the same thing personally, right? We say, you know what, I want this family, I want this house, I want this job, I want this, I want that. And we never take the time to go back to why we want it. A mother here, one of my coaching clients, she had a vision. She said, to be the one my children come to for love, comfort, and understanding. To be the friend known as caring and always willing to listen to their concerns. That was a vision that we wrote together, and I kept bringing her back to that on those toughest of days. When she felt like she couldn't be a mother, when she felt like I'm failing my kids, when she felt like I'm not doing a good job balancing, we would go back to that and say, okay, this is the vision. What do we need to do to help you get there? That's what vision does. It inspires, it motivates, but it also directs. It directs the outcome you're trying to achieve. Another part of visioning is knowing what's important to you. That's your core value. You got to know what's important to you. Core values, they are factors in life that drive you and make you feel most fulfilled. They take into account your strengths, your weaknesses, your needs. They help you recognize your passion. Your core values is your foundation. It helps you make decisions. It helps you decide, this is my why. Examples of core values can be family, communication, work, structure. Let's talk about somebody who has a core value of family. They don't go to work to get a check. They don't go to work to just get promoted. They don't go to work to compete with everybody else, to be the best. They go to work because they're thinking about their family. They want to provide for their family. They want to make a living for their family. They're thinking about, I got to make money to make sure my kids go to college. There are some people that are out there like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. They know why they go to work. They know why they go and do so many things that's for their family. Why are you doing what you do? That's my question to you tonight. Some people, competition is their core value. I think about athletes. A lot of athletes love competition. It's why they get into the sport. It's why they're on the field. It's why they shoot the ball. They love a good, healthy competition. It's nothing wrong with that. Because remember, we're not judging our vision and we're not going to judge our goals. But that's their why. So whatever goal they have is connected to that. And so goals must be connected to vision and to value if you're ever going to be truly successful. Just throwing a goal out there and putting it on paper is not going to get us anywhere. It's going to get you where I was 4 years ago, burnt out, tired, and frustrated. And I can honestly say that I have shifted to, like that picture in the beginning, feeling more content and free because I don't set goals just to have a laundry list of things anymore. I set goals based off the vision for a specific area of my life or for my life overall. And I take it slow, I chunk it down, and I'm excited. A goal not connected to your vision and values is nothing more than words on paper. A goal alone is defeating and demotivating because you don't have the larger why in your mind. You're just doing a bunch of stuff. Without a vision, you will perish. Why? Because you have no hope. You have nothing to hope for. You have a goal that's just kind of dangling out there, but it's not connected to your why. You have to have a why. And so tonight, my question isn't, tell me how you goal set. How many goals do you have? Do you want to learn how to reach your goal? My question, two questions to you are, what's your vision? And what's your core value? That's where we're going to camp out at the rest of tonight. And we're actually going to determine that. I'm going to walk you through how to answer these two questions tonight. And so let me do a new share of my screen. Can everybody see this visual that is here now? Let me know in the chat.
Yeah, the wheel of life.
Yes, perfect. Okay. We're going to camp out here. So if you don't have a pen and some paper, get a pen and some paper right now, because we're going to put this to the test. We're going to do a little bit of work. This here is called the Wheel of Life. And I actually give this to my coaching clients. It's a great tool. And the Wheel of Life is like a pie graph. I wonder if I could make this any bigger. And it covers the significant areas of your life, okay? It covers friends and family, significant other, personal growth, fun and leisure, home environment, career, money, health, okay? And what I want you to do tonight is pretty simple. I want you to think about your life. Your life is like this pie chart, okay? You are a multifaceted person. You are not just work and you're not just home. I want you to start thinking about your life in these buckets. Your health is important. Your finances and money is important. Your personal growth, your fun and leisure, your home environment and what's around you is important. Friends and family, relationships, all this is important. I want you to take this chart and I want you to look at it. And so you can draw this out in front of you, or you can number it from 1 to 10, however you want to do it. But I want you to choose a value for each of these areas, okay? Choose a value from 1 to 10, with 1 being just dissatisfied, just disgusted, to 10 being fully satisfied. And I want you to rank these areas of your life. And I want you to rank them not based on what you think they should be. Yep, minimize the scale. Yep. Hold on. Can everybody see that now a little bit better? Now I need to move it over. Oh boy. Okay. Now let me minimize. Every time I minimize too much, it pops over, but I think you can see the areas. I want everybody to put in this each different category that you see. Rank it. 1 being totally dissatisfied, 10 being fully satisfied. And I want you to use this as a guide, not of what you want it to be, but what it truly is. What it truly is. What your health truly is from 1 to 10. You may want it to be a 10. That's not where we are right now. What is it? It may be at a 5. That's okay. Be honest with yourself. You may want your finances to be at a 10 and they're really at an 8. You could be okay with that. Your career could be at a 10. Great. Put a 10 and keep moving. I want you to rank these areas. And I'm going to give you a few moments to do that. And then we're going to move on to the next step, because I'll tell you once you have your rank, what we'll do with that. But I'm going to give you a few minutes. It's 7:44 by my clock. And I want to keep us on time. I'm going to give us to 7:48. So if you get done before that, let me know in the chat, but I'm going to give us about 4 minutes to rank these areas of our life. And if you have questions, let me know.
And Sparkle, would you be able to email this to me and I can send it out to the participants once we release the
Yes.
recording?
Yes, that would be awesome. Yes, because this is a great tool that I would say keep handy. I use this in my individual coaching all the time, and I think this is something that you can definitely go back to and you can add to if there's other areas of your life that's not in this pie. Add them, but absolutely.
Great, thank you.
Listen, one more. People still working, need a little bit more time. We were in person. This would be so much easier, y'all. So I'm mindful definitely of time with virtual. If you're still working, I know I said 7:48, but I want to keep us moving. If you're still working, I'm going to let you finish up. But the next step is out of those areas, something was probably the lowest. Okay. Or you may have had 2 or 3 areas where they're the same, right? So you had 3 areas that were at a 5 or at an 8. That's okay. I want you to choose one of those areas that were the lowest. So I don't want you to choose your 10s or your 8s. I want you to choose your lower ones, your 0s, your 1s, your 2s, your 3s, whatever that was. Choose that lowest area and just choose it and hold it for now. But we're going to go back to it. Choose that lowest area. And if you have multiple areas that were low, choose the one that you feel is the area you want to focus on and build a goal. Okay? Okay. We're going to move to the next. Our next step is we talked about core values tonight. I'm going to zoom this out. And so here's an example of what core values can be. There's so many, you guys. So many I don't have time to go through. It's honesty, it's religion, it's love, it's excellence, communication, wellness, finance. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to take the next few moments and you can use this list as a handy dandy guide. I will email this to Madeline and she can send it to you. If we were in person, you would actually take it and you would circle it and you would do the top 5, but we're virtual, so we have to adjust. But I want you to take the next few moments, the next 2 to 3 minutes and think, what are 3 values that are important to me? Is it family? Is it career? What are 3 values that I'm driven by, that I do everything for? And again, no judgment. It's not right or wrong. Okay. I'm going to give you some personal examples for me soon so that you'll actually be able to see how this comes together. But I want you to choose 3 values that you live your life on, that you're driven by. I'm going to give you to 7:50 to do that. Then we'll move on to our next step. one more minute. By my screen anyway. I got 7:49. Okay. Scroll down a little. Yes. Minimize a little bit. Are you able to see that, Alicia? Hope I didn't make it too small. Now people can see. Yes. Okay. Got it. Yep. I'm going to email this out too. Okay. So now we got some core values. We got 3, right? And we got the areas of our life that we want to work on. 1 or 2 areas, like I said, it could have been the same, choose one. Now, gonna go back to presentation here. Now what I want you to do, I want you to write the vision. I want you to take the area that you rank the lowest in, or that you have chosen that is the one you feel like you should focus on. And I want you to write out briefly what you want this area to look like. I want you to use that imagination and think through, what do I want this to be? Not the outcome yet. We're going to get to that. But just what is the vision for my health? What is the vision for my work? What is the vision for my relationship? It might have been an area that wasn't on the wheel of life. And let's say it's emotional. You like, I just really feel like emotionally I want to have just a goal to get emotionally healthy. Okay, what does emotional health look like for you? I want you to remember your core values. I want you to think, how can I incorporate my core values into this vision? How can I also think about my emotions and my feelings in this vision? How do I want to feel when I do this? And I'm going to give you an example. So for me, this is how you walk this out. One of my low scoring areas right now in my life is home environment. I have a 2-year-old. I didn't always have a 2-year-old. Prior to having him, and one of my top core values is structure, okay? Prior to having him, I had everything kind of ship-shape and in order and very organized. And I am learning how to adjust. I am learning how to adjust. Yeah, Alicia, you said you too. Yeah, I mean, it's when you are a person that is a high achiever like I am, this has been a real whirlwind for me, you guys. And so home environment has been flipped upside down. My top core values, though, are awareness, truth, peace, and I have more than 3 because most of the time I do 5. I did 3 for the sake of time tonight. Structure and making a difference, right? Structure is very important. Being organized is very important to me. Why? Because it helps me think. And I'm the type of person, if I can have a flow and a routine and things in their rightful place, it helps me then have peace. It helps me then be able to do my work so that I can make a difference, right? Because making a difference is so important to me. That is a very important value. Why I'm doing what I'm doing tonight is because I love people and I care about people. Like, if you know me personally, I get a lot of motivation and drive off connecting with others. But if I don't have a structure and a flow and an order, that's out the window. And so whatever I do, I got to bring these values in, right? And so here's my vision for my home environment right now, because it is a low area. I want a peace-filled, joy-filled home that inspires me to think positively, with clarity and with focus, and in a creative way as a wife, a mother, and a business. I want a home with organized spaces where items have a designated place and I can easily find. Why is that important? Going back to my core values, you see peace and joy in there. Peace is one of my, oh, let me go back. Peace is one of my top values. So I want my home to feel peaceful because I value peace. I want a space that makes me feel peaceful because I feel more inspired there and I can think with clarity and focus. When I can think with clarity and focus, I can connect to all of my roles. I can connect to being the mom. I can connect to being the wife. I can connect to what I have to do in my business because I don't have a bunch of clutter around, right? And I want stuff to have a designated spot so that I'm not spending my day searching for stuff, searching for kids, shoes and toys, and searching for where did I put my cell phone and what did I do. I have to have that structure. So when I tell you to write the vision, this is what I mean. Now, you may flush this out later, right? I want you to flush this out later as we, in the webinar, but this is an example of what I mean by write the vision. Now, let's talk about how we connect it to a goal. So we know the vision, right? And using my example, I want a peace-filled environment where I can figure out where stuff is so that I can think, right? Oh boy. Oh, come on. Oh, we're getting a little stuck there. There it is. Okay. Now, write the goal. And I told you guys tonight, this is simple. All these theories, oh my goodness, I have had so much stress in my life, you guys, years ago with goal setting because I was trying to make goals be smart and go to all these theories and research. And I love all that. Okay. I've gone to school for years. I use research-based theories. I use psychology. I think that is great. But I have found great freedom in just building stuff based on me. And so I want you now to take your vision and your values, and I want you to ask yourself, what's one thing that I can do to manifest this? This is your goal. That's what the goal is. Based off your vision and your core values, what's one thing I can do to bring that vision into reality? I want you to think about what you enjoy and what comes easy to you, and what doesn't make you feel overwhelmed, but that makes you feel excited. Something that is what's doable right now with your current lifestyle and setup. As I said, I'm a mom of a toddler right now. Stuff that I used to do, can't do right now, just given the time and the attention that I need to give to a toddler. So it's got to be doable and it's got to give me joy. Also, your goal, remember, doesn't have to be so large or so small. Just think this is a step to the vision that I'm trying to get to. Okay? Here's an example. Going back, home environment, low scoring area. The vision is to have a peace-filled home where I can think with clarity. What's a goal? Anything I'm not using, give away or throw away to declutter space. I know this is not an earth-shattering goal like I used to set back in my marketing career where it's like increase sales by 10%. This probably seems like sparkle. This is low level, like anything you're not using to store away. Yes, this is a small step. I could have easily, I could have easily said, you know what? Let's just reorganize the kitchen because the kitchen area is connected to my family room, and that's one of the most like cluttered places right now. It's got toys and stuff. I could have said that, but you know what? I couldn't have jumped to that. When I thought about that, I immediately felt overwhelmed. Why? Because I don't even have a vision for what I want the kitchen to look like yet. I don't have a vision for where things need to go and how I need to navigate it. But what can I do? I like structure. I like organization. I like to give stuff away to help others who may need it. That's part of me personally. Okay, let's take all of that. And every time I see something that's in the house that I'm not using, I'm going to put that in a pile in a bag or to give away or to throw. That's a goal, you guys, because it's a step towards getting a peace-filled home that helps me think clear and that I can put things where they need to go. So if I focus on decluttering and every time I see something anywhere in my house and saying, am I really using this? Okay, we're going to donate this, or I'm going to give it to somebody who needs it, or I'm going to throw it away, I get more organized. The clutter is removed. The clutter is removed, more clarity is coming. I got more space to see. I got more space to now create that vision for that kitchen and that family. This is a small step towards the vision. That's what this is. So based on your vision, I want you to create a goal, a small step, okay? And so now it's right at 8. We have a little bit of time. I want to do a little bit of sharing because I've talked so much. And then we had an unstable internet connection or whatever was happening that was going on. I want you to put in the chat, or Madeline can unmute you. Somebody tell me a vision that they have and a goal, because I want to know that you got this and this makes sense.
Yes, and if you want to verbalize your answer instead of putting it in the chat, just raise your hand and I can unmute you. So we have one, to have better friends.
Ooh, I love that goal. I love that vision. Sorry, I love that vision. Yes, to have better friends. That is an awesome vision, right? We all can use great, like-minded, strong friends around us. And okay, if that is the vision, to have better friends, what's one thing that you can do to make that happen? And remember, it doesn't have to be a big step. Nakia says, I have no clue. Okay. Let me, I can throw out a quick suggestion. To have better friends, maybe a goal is, and I know we're in COVID environment, right? And it's hard, but maybe a small step is to meet new people. Sparkle, how do I do that? It's COVID. You can meet people online. There's online groups through, social media and through meetups, etc. And I'm not saying you have to do that, but I'm giving you an example. If you visualize yourself having a strong group of better friends around you, how are you going to get to it? Right? One thing that I didn't mention, yep, thank you, Jake Crawford. There are groups connected to your interests. Yes, one thing I didn't mention, but that's important. You have a vision, but you also have to have a goal, because you gotta get the vision going. The vision will just stay the vision if you don't have the step. So you gotta have the step. And so think of it as a small step. I love that, connecting to, interest groups and starting there and seeing what happens. And again, as you notice in my goal, I didn't put any time frame on it. I know some people, again, I'm debunking the SMART goal theory, right? My goal was anything I'm not using, give away or throw away to declutter spaces. I don't have a time frame for that, right? Because for me, if I put a time frame on it, now I'm back to feeling overwhelmed and feeling a lot of pressure. I am going to do this, and I'm going to do it little by little. And because I'm motivated to do it, because it's a goal based off my core value of structure and organization, it's going to happen. Because it's coming from a place of passion and desire that I have, right? I put deadlines most of the time on a lot of stuff that I don't want to do. But when I'm doing something that I am motivated by, that I love doing, I honestly get it done quicker than anything else. And so I want you to be mindful of that. Don't get so stuck. You can have a deadline, but don't get so stuck on that. Because when this is built off your passion and your desires and what is really working for you, then you don't necessarily have to feel like boxed in by deadline. Anybody else want to share? Yes, Nakia. Yes, I had to learn that. Like the time limit, if you are, type A personality like me, time limit is one more stressor. It's like, oh, I got to get this done by 2 weeks or by the end of the year. And that ends up becoming the focus. Is that I got to get it done by December 31st. And now you're no longer focusing on the vision. And you should be having fun with this. This should be exciting. This should be thrilling, because that's how you're going to get your goals met, is you're going to connect it to a vision that excites you and that motivates you and that you actually want to do. So taking off the time limit helps you do that, because you're like, I want to do this because it's important. Anybody else want to share or being willing to share? Okay, if not, so my final question is, I got this slide and then I got one more. What's been the biggest takeaway for you tonight? Did you find this information valuable? How are you going to apply it to your life? Put it in the chat, or Madeline will unmute you and you can verbally say, what was the biggest takeaway that you got from it?
I'll go ahead while people are typing. Oops.
Okay.
And I think for me, it's a lot of how starting with the vision and aligning it with core values, things that you think about on a daily basis, that kind of provides that motivation that I've always lacked whenever I set a goal without really thinking of my why and where it's coming from. And yep, we had someone else comment, biggest takeaway, always connect vision and goals to core values. So
Yeah, I need to understand my why and who I'm ready to make a change for. Yes. And this can be applied. I know I gave a home environment, which was a personal goal, but this can be applied to work too. And I think this is important for work. What I'm really teaching is to take a step back and think about why you're doing what you're doing, even at work. I know you have leaders and bosses who definitely want you to execute, right? They want you to get things done, and they want you to get things done because it helps the department move forward. It helps you move forward. It helps everybody look good, right? I get that. But I think you got to go back to the vision for your specific area. I know in, my marketing career, there was a lot of strategic planning and vision work, maybe at the beginning of the year. And then we would just kind of trickle through, and then we would lose it. We weren't thinking about the vision anymore, nor was it being communicated to us all the time. And I would do that even for my marketing team. I wasn't thinking through it, and I had to learn to every year, okay, when it was goal setting time, because they still wanted goals to be set, I would always have to start with, what do I want my team to look like in the next year? What do I want them to do? What is really important? And sometimes that goal, you guys, it wasn't, okay, let's make sure we increase sales by 10% or increase the number of people that come to an event. It was, you know what? I want to supervise my interns on a deeper level, because I feel disconnected from them. And that's messing with kind of the groove of our team. It became those type of goals. I want to get a system on how to do invoices, because I'm spending way too much time with that. It became less this bottom line, revenue generated, focused thing, and more of things that were quality. Remember, quality over quantity, so that I could really have a team and have a job that I enjoy and that I love. And so I would say the same for you guys, okay? And so just final thoughts. Don't goal set, vision set. That is my whole point tonight. I want you to learn how to vision set. I want you to debunk and kind of get out of your mind goal setting. I want you to get a vision. know your values, know your likes and what excites you. And that piece, we really didn't go into a lot of detail tonight with, I'm sorry, because the internet kept going in and out, and I wanted to be mindful of keeping this at an hour. But I have some questions around that I will email to Madeline, and she can email you guys. And then I want you guys to think about writing the vision down and then creating a goal that's connected to your vision in any area of your life. You don't have to just do this at the beginning of the year, you guys. You can do it 6 months from now. You can do it 2 years from now. You can do it 2 weeks from now. I want you to get in the habit of taking the time, being self-aware, reflecting, and saying, okay, what do I feel like I need right now? Let me look at these areas of my life. Let me see how satisfied I am. Oh, here's an area where I'm not feeling so hot about. Okay, let me go back to the vision. Let me rewrite the vision. Let me revisit the vision. Let me look at the goal. Okay. Any questions?
All right. Well, while people are sending in some questions. Oh, looks like we got one.
Yeah, I just got that. I can start tomorrow. Wow, realizing this. Yes.
So yeah, just it was a comment that was
thank you, Rosa. Absolutely.
Yeah, thinking.
Absolutely.
Great. So it looks like we're having a couple of thank yous come in. So just so while those questions come in, I will wrap up really quickly with just a kind of a little shout out to what we have planned at the library next. So we actually have another business program this Thursday. Let me go to it. So it's going to be in person, or no, it's virtual. I apologize. And it is Start Your Business in Illinois. And this is with the Small Business Development Center. Don Elmore is going to be running this webinar. It's going to be at 9 a.m. So a different time than we're normally used to. But if your goals were aligned with, or your visions aligned with kind of starting a business in Illinois, or maybe what things you need to do or get done in order to set yourself up for success in a business world, feel free to join us. I welcome you to attend, learn more by going to our website, champaign.org. So let's go back to the chat. It looks like I'm not seeing any other questions, but just a lot of thank yous, Sparkle.
Yeah. Thank you guys for coming and listening in. I hope this was super helpful. Whenever I present, you need to know this is my life lived out in front of everybody. So these are the things that I have learned that has really helped me. And so I hope that it helps you too. And I know Madeline has my contact information. And I will ask her to share that. It was on my last slide after the questions, but I will give that information to her as she emails out. And if you guys have questions, you have thoughts, concerns, want a little bit of advice, I'm there to help.
Well, thank you so much, Sparkle. This was a fantastic webinar. I know I learned so much personally. I know a lot of people are going to be taking a bunch of wonderful info, setting visions for the year, and I'm hoping that 8% is going to crawl up as far as people who are succeeding.
Right.
I know the 20 people who came tonight.
Yes, I hope so too. And hopefully I can do it this year. I didn't do it in the last 2 years because of COVID, but I normally have a vision setting seminar in person around vision boards and how you really do it. And so, yeah, it's really fun and it's really important to do. And so I hope people keep visioning.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah,
that's the vibe we need for 2022.
Yes. Be motivated.
Mm-hmm. We have someone saying, "I love vision boards."
Yes, I will definitely make sure that information goes out. I always do it in June. See, I'm that deep thinker. I told you, I'm not the just let's throw it out there. I don't do it in January because everybody's doing it and it's cold. I like to do it in June, mid-year, where people have forgotten about what their vision is, and I want to bring them back to visioning and what they said they wanted to do this year or for their life, and how we can really create around that and bring it to pass. It's awesome. It's fun. It's exciting. I love doing it, and I hope I can do it. And there's no COVID this summer.
Fingers crossed.
Yes.
All right. Well, again, Sparkle, thank you so much
You are
for
welcome.
leading this amazing presentation workshop for everyone who attended today virtually. Just as a reminder, all the resources that Sparkle was sharing, I will be emailing out in addition to a copy of the recording, which will be uploaded to our library YouTube channel. And I want to encourage anyone, if you have questions, if maybe, I know sometimes my emails go straight to spam. So if you did not receive a copy of the recording or wanted to follow up, feel free to email the library at librarian@champaign.org, and we can get you connected to what you need. So once again, Sparkle, thank you. This was
You are
fantastic.
welcome. Thank you. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. And thank you, Madeline, for being such an awesome host. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Well, everyone have a wonderful Monday evening. Stay warm and get that vision.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Good night, all.
Good evening.